Well, hello everybody, how are you doing? I've been neglecting my video duties again. I've been super busy between work and doing stuff at home and everywhere else. I've just been swamped. But if you look behind me, well, if I turn this way a little bit easier, we've got trees down everywhere and more to go. Let me flip the camera around and I'll kind of show you what we have going on at my trees. That'll be the first thing we've done. We started working up here and I've got stuff going on at home. I've got stuff going on at work, and we're gonna film part of it and talk about it and try to get it done quickly. We've got trees down. I stopped because my chain needed sharpened and my sharpener quit. But we got more. We've got a lot of these pines. Them two big pines I'm gonna leave because I do have hunting ground blind in between them. It works pretty nice, but I've got all of these other ones cut that need cut all the way up. That one tree there needs to come down, but the pine tree fell on it and I got to drag it out of the way before we can do it. And then back here behind the Tahoe, I've got more down. I need to stump some of these off, but we'll be getting that done here soon. I've got a few more that need cut up this way, and I might take a couple of these pines off this corner. Not sure. The main issue is everything there and the cedars. We're definitely taking all them out. And all these other trees all the way up that way need taken out. They're all ash trees and they have emerald ash borer in them. So they all have to come out unwillingly. We are going to leave part of the walnuts down in here, or all the walnuts down here in the bottom, but there is a few that need pruned up and trimmed and done. We've got a bunch of trees down. I mean, we've got a mess. I got to start getting them cleaned up. My brother's going to come with his bigger saw and stump most of them. Like some of these pine trees, my little 14-inch bar wouldn't cut them. He's got a bigger saw, so he's just going to come in and do that. And I'm going to trade him some of the firewood for some of this for helping, and he was okay with it because he burns firewood for heat, and so it works pretty slick. But if I take about, I think there was 3 or 4 right here in this corner, that if I do that, it just slopes the corner around. And then the plan is to get some fertilizer on all of this after we're done, and we're gonna make hay off of it this year, probably for the next couple years. That's all we're gonna do is make hay. I really wish I had a trackhoe to come in here and dig all these out so I don't have any of them stumps in the bottom, but I know what that costs, and no, we ain't gonna do it. We've got chainsaws, we know how to use them. The smaller stumps aren't such a big deal because they'll be gone in a year or two, but some of them bigger ones are, and the worst of it is I got to get something done with all of these soon before they get brittle and start breaking off, and then they start getting dangerous. So this is a priority. We need to get this all cleaned up. I'm not worried about pruning the trees that I need to prune here for later, and not worried about it. We'll worry about them afterwards, but we got to get cut and cleaned up. I need to get all of this cleaned up so that way when it thaws, I don't have to worry about tearing it up or anything. Now that the ground's froze, we can't damage it, can't do anything wrong. So that's the plan. So that's what we've got going on up here, and I'll run home and we'll go through the list of stuff that needs done there. Let me get turned, you can see me better. And now we're at my house, and pardon the disaster I have here because I spend no time here. I don't get time to work on anything that I should. We have issues with vehicles. Everything I own needs something done to it. Some of them more so than others. And we're going to go through everything I have, and I don't know if this is going to be its own video or what. We're just going to go with it. We've got, let me flip it and then we can see what we're going. All right, we'll get this turned around. This is my crew cab Chevy square body. It's an 87 if I remember right. It started off from the factory as a 2-wheel drive dually 454 automatic. Pretty handy. I bought it from a buddy who had switched it to a 4-speed and put a 4-speed with a transfer case on it so he could convert it to 4-wheel drive. In the process, he had a head gasket go out. So he had another crew cab that we took all the dually stuff off and put, and the fuel injection, because it'd be fuel injected 454. We took the fuel injected stuff off the motor and the dually rear end and fenders and put on his pickup. Well, I bought what was left from him, cut the 2-wheel drive stuff out, put the spring hangers on. That is a 3/4 ton big hub 44. The rear end is right there in this pile of stuff that needs to be drug around the back. And actually, I think this was one of them I had. This is the one that come out of his pickup because we put a Dana 60 in it. So we're going to put this one under the front and this one in the back because that makes a pair. This one will go back under my truck that's out here. But this needs finished up. It needs the rear end put in it. I have a flatbed for it. It needs rewired. It just needs finished. I need a pickup to drive, and this is going to be it. My blue and white one that I'd been driving that has been seen in other videos, it has blowed up. It was a 305 700 R4, and it's junk. There's this. It needs finished. I have to get it running. I have to order U-bolts. I have to get the rear end drugged to the back and put in so I can measure for U-bolts. So I can get them coming. And then everything else I should have for it. Maybe some fuel line, brake line. I mean, little stuff. Nothing major. This will be fairly quick. I can get it running, get it finished, the wiring in it. Shouldn't be a huge big deal. This is my big block that was in my yellow Jeep when I put it together. This will be a 454, 4-speed, 4-wheel drive. I'm debating on the width of my flatbed that I have found. If I can put my dually wheels on the back or if I have to leave it single wheel. Either way won't be an issue to me. Whatever fits under the flatbed is what we're going to do. I have a set of tires found I can get for cheap, and we're just going to run it. I have, for 8-lug Chevy wheels, I have 15-inch rims, 16-inch rims, and 16 5-inch rims. We can find tires. We can make this truck run and drive. I do have the front bumper for it sitting out here somewhere. I moved it out of the way so nothing would happen to it because it was pretty good, but I just took everything off the whole front when I did the front 4-wheel drive. I converted the spring hangers. I bolted them on where they're usually riveted. We drilled the frame for all of that stuff and get it done. I just got to get this truck running. It's the quickest thing I have to get going. Then we have my Tahoe. I love my Tahoe, but it's getting issues. It has too many miles on it. Rear main is starting to leak. It has to be fixed before we blow it up, and I got to buy another pair of tires for it. If you look at all the little spots of oil on the ground, that's from this thing being parked there. And the tires are getting thin on the back. I bought brand new pair for the front. I'm going to get another pair for the back, but we also got to pull the motor out and put rear main in it. We have to fix this truck, or fix it before it goes bad. Then we'll go over to this pile, or my row of shame over here. This first black Jeep with the reddish primer hood, I sold it. That's not mine anymore. It run and drove. That's the one I sold to Jeremiah, or Country Prepper. He was gonna do videos on it. I would like to do something to it. I don't have time. I'm cutting my loss. I traded it, it's gone. For the flatbed. My green Jeep, it needs an alternator and a battery and minor incidental shit. It will run, drive, air the tires up, it will go. I'd like to make that my wheeling rig so we can go four-wheeling and have some four-wheeling videos. The silver and red Chevy, that is actually a Blazer frame with a pickup cab and a box that's been shortened a whole crap ton. That's what that front axle and my crew cab come out of. I'm gonna put it back under. I would like to get it running and driving just for something. This first white Chevy, the square body, I bought it for parts. The axles in it are going under my blue and white pickup because they're 3/4 ton, and we're gonna make the blue and white Chevy, the 80s Chevy, we're going to take it and we're gonna make it 3/4 ton. This truck is in very, very rough shape. It is a older 70s style, factory Noe AC cab. It has lots and lots of issues and no title. That's why I bought it for a parts truck. It has a running small block 350, a turbo 400, 203 transfer case. The tranny pukes oil out as fast as it will pour in. This white 97 Chevy, I bought it for parts also. It has a rear end out. It run and drove, but the rear end's out. And I got kind of dicked around with it. I just tired of it. I'm pulling this motor out and it's going into the yellow Jeep. The yellow Jeep will have fuel injection. It's a Vortec 350. It should make for a pretty nice little setup. I got to get the transmission rebuilt in the Jeep. Gonna have to find some new seats because they have fallen apart, but it will make for a really nice Vortec 350 TBI. Super easy to do. I have a standalone harness already here. Shouldn't take a whole lot to get it going. Probably maybe get the brake rotors turned and that stuff. Little things. And the transmission rebuild. It should be fairly easy to do. I hope. Then we got my little Yanmar. It had a tire go bad. Sidewalls are all cracked out. Look at that tread with the cracked out sidewalls. That's almost just makes me cry. The sucker's got almost new tread on it, but it sat out so much. The tires are weather checked. They were kind of crappy when I got it. What do you do? So I got to order a pair of tires for it. I've been using it to push snow. This is my Grandma Barb's pickup. Had the lift pump go out of it. It is a 5.9 Cummins with a 6-speed. The fuel pump should be in Monday afternoon for it. That's not mine, but we are working on it also. We have my son's car, and it needs a pair of tires. That's all. That's the easy one. We just put a water pump in it. It's a Grand Prix. Runs really good. Super high miles. Gets really good mileage. I've been driving it around a little bit. This is the easy one to fix too. It just needs a pair of tires. Suburban, we pulled the motor out and sold it. I got to pull the tires off of it, and this is going to the junkyard as soon as I can get the trailer unloaded and get it hauled off. That's the easy one also. This black 2004 Chevy 2500, lots of issues. I bought it for the motor, transmission, and probably going to make a box trailer because it'll work. Probably going to cut the front bumper off because that's good steel. This will be the motor and transmission that's going in my 84 blue and white pickup. It's going to be an LS60 4L80E with a 208 transfer case. This will be awesome. This is lots of parts. It runs and drives. We've been using it to haul junk. We are remodeling a bathroom in the house, which the house needs a little bit of love, so we're doing it at the same time as all of this other stuff. So that's why I haven't been doing a whole lot, because we've been busy. This pickup was a buddy of mine's. I got it on a really good deal. The tires and wheels will go on my van, which it has the nice aluminum wheels, so it will probably be transferred over. That's what's going on with this. This is completely a parts truck, but it does run and drive for now. if anybody needs parts off of an 04 Chevy that's in Southwest Iowa, let me know. I am willing to sell pretty well everything but the motor, tranny, rear end, and wiring harness. Everything else is, it's not a bad truck, but it's definitely not a great truck. It'll work for parts. We'll touch this on this as we walk by. This is my John Deere 4400 combine. If I can get back far enough. Oh, and we're staring at the sun. It ran when it parked. I bought it, drug it home, and have yet to work on it to try to get it to start. I'm going to drain the fuel system and go from there. It needs a battery in it because it's sat. It's got good tires on it. I'm hoping to get this put back together so I can use it to combine. Long-term goals. It doesn't have to run right away, but I would like it moved, but I can move that with tractor and chain. All right, we'll walk around the backyard. We still got more stuff. I told you I had lots of stuff going on, and I didn't lie about it. All right, there's my blue and white 84. This is the one I'd been driving. I still don't have the bumper finished on it. I'm going to fix this one up. This one needs work, but what do? The 304 or 305 700R4 with a 208 motor blew up. It had been puking oil out for a long time, and it's junk. I'm going to put that 6.0 4L80E in it and switch it to 3/4 ton because it does have the gooseneck ball in it already. This will be my work truck that I'm going to make nicer and fix it up and make it so I can pull the trailers, because I do have the gooseneck hitch in it and the big hitch. This will pull really good with the 3/4 ton gears and axles and that 6.0. This will be really nice. It's going to take just a bit to get it to it because I do have to order some parts for it, and this is going to take a little bit to get it done. I want to redo the motor that is in that black pickup because it is high mileage. I want to put all new gaskets and stuff in it, and to do that I just don't have time to do it right. So this is going to go on the back burner for right now. I'm going to work on some of them other stuff first. The old Ford, 80 something Ford, it was a 7.3 diesel with a manual transmission. I sold it out. The only reason it's still here is it has the Dana 60 front, which I'm saving for a long-term project that I haven't got to yet. That isn't an issue yet. And I'm going to cut it off for a box trailer. I haven't got it cut. That's the only reason it's still here. Otherwise, the rest of it's going to scrap. And there's the other combine I got. When I bought the other one, I bought both of them. This one had been caught on fire. That's a parts machine. Anybody that needs parts for a John Deere combine, let me know. 4400, I have parts to sell. Also, when I got that, this is the feeder house that come off of it. It had caught on fire, and apparently they just pulled the feeder house in the field so they could get it to go. I do believe it's had some parts robbed off of it, but I have it for spare parts. I have a couple row units for a corn head. They're parts. They're there. I've got the wheel weights for the back of that one here. I've got a 444 John Deere corn head. It's a 4-row wide row. Come with the combine. I have it. It's going to get worked on. It was the one that they had used until they quit using the combine. So there should be minimal work needed done to it. But I do have my combine head, so I can do that. And that's everything vehicle-wise I have to do here. Plus, I need to work on my house. We are working on replumbing it. Anybody that's done plumbing knows that's so much fun. Lots of trips to Menards. Because you never get the right fittings the first time. no matter how well you lay it out. And then we've got parts to work on. We got stuff coming. I don't know what all you guys want to see. If you want me to video me working on the vehicles, I will. If not, I'll show you when I'm done. But that's what we've got going on here at my house. Plus, I am still working at the orchard. We are getting the greenhouses cleaned out, ready to go. I have tomatoes up as of right now. We are just busy. Lots to do there, lots to do here. I think next week we have flowers coming in, so we'll have to start planting them. I think that's everything I can think of. And of course, just working in the greenhouses. Let me turn this way so you can see me again. Plus we're doing chores and all that stuff, getting that stuff ready, working on seed orders, running after kids, all that fun, enjoyable stuff. It's just, well, I'll turn this way. Maybe you guys can see the windmills behind me. They've been working on them. They got the big ass crane back there. Is that the right one? Am I not turned far? I'm not turned far enough, am I? I can't see it in my background. And of course it looks weird because, well, there it is. That's not it, that's the other one. There it is. My head was in the way. But we've been enjoying watching them work on the windmills. They're repowering all of them. There's approximately 187, I think you can see from the house here before they put the new ones in over by Adair and Greenfield. But yeah, so they've got a few to work on. They've got 2 of them big cranes here close. I seen the other one south of Messina today. So yeah, lots of stuff. But there you go. I am kind of neglecting. I've just been so busy. It's hard to pull the phone out and work or show what I'm doing when I'm working, especially doing it all by myself. I do have my tripod that I keep forgetting to grab, so I can't even prop it up and film. Just hadn't messed with it. Lots to do. Working. We'll get it all done eventually. But that's what I know. I hope you guys have an enjoyable weekend. Today's Sunday. It's been cold here. Some snow, but not really. It's pretty well gone. The only thing I got to where this big drift was pretty well. Hauling hay for the horses and cows. Yeah. I better get inside and get to busy. Let me know what you actually want to watch. I won't film it if you guys don't want to see it. Kind of doing this for you guys and keeping track of what I'm doing. Showing how I'm doing some of this stuff. I do have some camping planned. I don't know what we'll get to. We were supposed to go out. Me and a friend were supposed to go out a couple weeks ago. They weren't feeling well with all the sickness going around. And it was supposed to be just cold enough that I was like, I can live without it. I should have went, but I also was one of them things going, it'll be okay. We can camp another day. Hopefully it'll get nice and we can get stuff done. But thanks everybody. See you in a little bit.